Hello, welcome to Ekide, where we train future civil and structural engineers. My name is Fashe Ochet. Today, what do we have for you? Now, we have a special thing for you today, and today we want to see how to load your cantilever that is carrying wall, as in complete wall, full wall. As you can see these beams, you can see that they are carrying complete full wall. So now, how do you now also load this your cantilever slab such that the same load that we have for this is also have for this one? So there's a way that should be done. Now you must have heard us saying that you should use what 9.8, isn't it, for your cantilever load? But I want to say that in a situation whereby in the course, how do you now know the value to be used accurately? Understand? How do you know the value to be used accurately? In the sense that what in a situation whereby in the course of designing it, we went and put a 9.8, whereas the load is more than what 9.8. So how do you now solve that particular problem? How do you know the right value to be used? When to use 9.8 and when to use more than or less? So all of this to know the right value to be used for your wall load on cantilever that is carrying a complete full wall load. Now we are going to do the calculation and see how that can be done. So for now, let me delete this. I'm going to delete this. Okay, let me leave it. I'm going to delete this one. So, and let's see how we are going to do that. So now looking at this wall, but first of all, let me take you through. Is that okay? So let's check our story height. Let's first of all check our story height. So let's go there and see our story height, because from the architectural drawing, you must have seen your levels of what? Of stories. So let's wait for it. Now looking at this, the story 1, which is the ground floor, is what 3,450, isn't it? And our first story bottom level is what 650. That's from architectural drawing. Is that okay? And this value here depends on the architectural drawing. If by the time they are giving the section is let's say 700, you have to use what? Make use of 700. But we have said it that from the architectural drawing, you can ask what is the first story bottom level. The architect will do what? We give you based on his own design, so they can now also use the what in your own design. It's very important for you to communicate with your architect in the course of your design. Very, very important. In case of you have anything that you don't understand, you don't really know how, what the architect meant in the drawing. So you can ask the architect to explain to you. Then from there, you know how to now do your structural aspect for that particular area. So that is that. Now looking at our height of the first floor, which is the ground floor. So the ground floor is what 3,000. Is that okay? It's 3,000 plus. So now if you now say this one is what, it's a 650 from an architect, I'll enter it here, and then my height first floor, because in this software it sees your ground floor as 1 and your first floor as 2. The one you are calling first floor in this ProtaStructure, it sees at what second floor. So your own ground floor that you do not count as one floor in the software is being counted. So that's why you can see here we have a story 1 and story 2. Now our ground floor, what is the height? We say it's 3,450. Then our first floor, which is the second floor in this aspect now, is what 3,000. Very good. So I now click on close. Now having done that, now the next thing we are going to do is to see how the calculation can be done. For example, let me delete this wall. Or let me go to the story. Let me go to the story, that's story 2, no, story 1. Let me go to the plan first. Okay, let me delete this. Let's assume I'm deleting this one. Click on it, right click, and then click on delete beam wall load. Yes, I'm deleting it. Now, good. What do? I'll say yes. Good. So you can now see that this is it. But first of all, I have to calculate. Is that okay? I have to calculate. We say it's what 3 meters, isn't it? But what is the thickness of our first floor? We need to know the thickness of our first floor. Sorry, our roof beam rather. Our roof beam. What is the thickness of our roof beam? We have what 350. So you can see the thickness of our roof beam is what is 350. Please don't forget that the thickness of our roof beam is what 350, and we know that the total height of this first floor is what is 3 meter. I've shown you that is what is 3 meter. The height of our first floor, which is this one, story 2, is 3 meters, isn't it? Good. And now, based on that 3 meters, we have beam depth of what? Of 350, isn't it? So now, what we are going to do now is, what we are going to do now, okay, when I get there, I'll show you. So let me go back there. So how to now do this one here. Let me go to my first floor. First floor, where are you? Okay, now coming to this place now, I want to load this one. I'm trying to show you how you can get the value for your cantilever, the wall load that your cantilever is going to carry. This is where you get it from. You have to do this one first before you can go and do what? Your cantilever, except you have used your handset or your calculator, haven't known the kind of depth that is safe. If not, you have to do all this one first. Load your slab, load your beam with the walls. So from there you get the value you are going to use. So now looking at this, I'll come to this edit beam wall load. Click on it. Once I've clicked on it, I'll wait for you. So don't forget that this place, you see, wall unit weight is what? Is a 3.47. In case you don't know how we got this 3.47, I will say you go to our Ekede channel, you see how this value is being gotten. Now, what's our height? Good. Our height, don't forget that the first floor, we say is what? We say it is 3 meter, isn't it? Good. That 3 meter down. 3 meter, that's 3,000. Then our beam depth. What's our beam depth? That's roof beam depth. Is what? Is a 350 minus 350, which is equals to what? Which is equal to 2,650. Now the height, which means that where your wall is going to cover is what? Is 2.65. Why the depth of that beam completely 3 meter? Because if you add 350 plus this 2,650, it gives us what? A total of what? 3,000, which is 3 meter, isn't it? So therefore, where your block, that means your block is going to stop under the beam. And what's the height? Is this one. So that is that. So I'll now come here and enter my value of what? 6 meter, 2.65, isn't it? I'll come to this place and click. Use it now. Then what is my thickness? My thickness is what? Is a 0.225. Good. Now, but as I enter it now, if you look at this place, this load per meter square. Now you now look at the height. This height, what is the value? The total weight per meter for this height of 2.65 is what? 9.2. So you can now see that it's even less than 9.8 that we are talking about, isn't it? Now let's now assume that my height, based on from my architectural drawing, my height is what? I haven't minus the beam depth. Are you getting now? I haven't minus my beam depth. I'm having, let's say, I'm still having like let's say I'm having 2.85. Let me click here. So you can see 9.8. That means my cantilever load is going to be what? 9.8. Because it's the same wall load that is on the beam that is going to be on what? On the cantilever slab at the edge. Do you see it now? So let's now assume that I'm having like 3.1 meters from the architectural drawing. So you can now see that if you now went and use 9.8, definitely your structure, by the time they load it, and the load on it is 10.76, and you now enter the load of what? 9.8. You can see that by the time they start loading, there's tendency that cantilever might fail. Now, because your loading is less than what the thing is going to carry, despite the factor of safety that might have been added. So now, having done that, so you now go back. Let me say I'm having my normal 2.65, which is this. You see, 9.2. So I'll now click on what? On. Okay, don't forget this 9.2. Click on it. Okay. So you can see it has changed, isn't it? So now for my cantilever, I'll come to this place where I'm having my what? My cantilever. I will get what I'm saying. So my cantilever. So now what is this distance? Let me measure from here, from the face, from here to this place. 454. Okay, 454. Now let's now go. Let me take this property. Okay, let me take this property. Okay, I'll go to type 12. It's for cantilever, type 12. So what's my cantilever length? It's 454. Then this time around, I'm coming. This is my loading. Now you can see parapet load. Haven't loaded my imposed load and dead load, but there's need for what? Parapet load, which is my wall load now. So my wall load if you remember, what was our value? We said it was what? 9.2, isn't it? 9.2. So I'm going to enter here 9.2. Do you see it now? Then once I've put this 9.2 and everything seems okay, then I'll come to this place here, and come here and click. So you can now see now it's already loaded. So what you are, this one that you are seeing, this arrow is carrying the same load. So let me close it. Let me close this. Let me now close this. Let's go to my, sorry, the stem. Come on. Okay, so let's see. Let me go to my 3D view. So you can now see. So you can see it now. So you can see this load now. As you are seeing this load here, the same load that this beam is carrying from this wall is the same load that this cantilever is also carrying, which means the weight of this block here is the same weight with this one per meter. Don't forget per meter square, isn't it? Because it's per meter we calculated. So you now, if you now get that value 9.2 multiplied by the total length of this cantilever is carrying what? The accurate and perfect load. Are we together? So that is that. But in a situation whereby, let me also go back. Let me right click. Oh no, let me go to story. Let me go back to plan view. So let's now assume that in the course of my design, let me go back. Let me quickly do some things. Edit beam wall load. Where is the edit beam wall load? Okay. So let's now assume that my height is what? Is 3.4. 3.4. So you can see 11.8. What I'm having is what? 11.8. And since the same height is what the house is carrying, not that one place is higher than the other, the same height that they are carrying at that particular level, and that my cantilever is to carry the wall that the beam is also carrying, that means that in this place, since this is my wall load that I'm going to put here, therefore what I'm going to use for my cantilever load, I use now, because it's going, that cantilever slab is going to carry load, isn't it? So here I'll just click on what? On OK. That's 11.8. I'll now come to this place, come to this, right click, and then property. From property, I come to this place, under loading. You see, instead of 9.2, what am I going to put? You say what? 11.8. So do you see it now? So I'll now click on what? Update. Once I click on update, automatically this load now, this load is already here. So this is how you load your what? Your cantilever. So don't just put 9.8. It depends on the height that will determine that 9.8. But with this calculation now, whatever height is your structure, you know how to calculate your what? Your cantilever slab load, wall load. So do you see it now? So nothing will make this structure fail. If at the end they now reduce the height, good and fine, it's still on the safety, on the aspect of what? Of safety. If they now make it complete height, it's still on the aspect of what? Of safety. Why? Because you inputted what? The accurate load on this particular cantilever slab. So this is how you can calculate, and this is how you get your cantilever wall load. Your cantilever that is carrying a wall, complete wall. This is how you get it. You have to do this one first, the calculation for this beam wall load. Whatever be the value of your load in that place is what you are going to put on the parapet when it comes to your when you are inputting your cantilever slab. Is that okay? So at this point, we are going to stop. So thank you very much. In case you have not subscribed to Ekidel, I want to say you subscribe. Why we are doing this is because we want you to be good in all aspects, because we want to avoid structural failure in Africa generally. So that is that. In case you have not joined Ekidel group, I also want to say try your best and join what? Ekidel group, whereby other engineers come together to solve each other's problem. So that is that. So this structure, it has been loaded, everything has been done. So you can see it perfectly okay. If you want to learn when you're having a structure that are not typical, whereby the ground floor is different from first floor, and the first floor is different from a third floor, and third floor, etc. like that, also go to Ekidel YouTube. You'll see how to step by step model your structure based on the stories. So that is that. We remain Ekidel, your favorite. Thank you. Till we see you in our next video. I hope you have learned, and also invite others, inform others about Ekidel, so that as you are benefiting from Ekidel, they can also benefit, so that together we can make this world a better place. Thank you and goodbye.